my gosh. You're very welcome. Yay, Glayla. Nice. I love the IBC. I'm still working on it, guys. I have not forgotten about you when it comes to that. I love the IBC, the infinite banking concept. If you're wondering what that is, I am going to tell you that there is nothing like that. But first, I want to talk about a mortgage calculator. So I am going to try to share my screen with you. And let's just see if I know what I'm doing here. So I'm going to hit share, maybe. Am I going to hit share? Where am I? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this will work or not, but let's see if this will work. Okay. So we are going to be looking here at an amortization schedule. So when I talk about the amortization schedule, this is what I'm referring to. So I'm going to put in a lady's mortgage that we were working with earlier, and they had, it was about 465,000. I am just using big numbers here. So 465,000, the principal amount, and guess what? They are at 7%. Yeah, I know, right? For 10 years. Let's knock this out and calculate. Okay. So if you have a 406, let's just change it to 450 because that is the average American home right now. So let's just see what this looks like. Because when I do the low loans, like I'll say, okay, yeah, you can get a $200,000 home, and if you're at 3%, 6%, whatever, people will write me or my comments, and they'll say, who can get a home right now for 200,000? And that's the truth, right? Things are expensive right now. So I'm putting in 450,000 just because that's the average right now. And the average interest rate right now appears to be about 7%. So you're talking about a payment amount of $2,993.86, okay, for 30 years. All right. So let's go on down here and let's look. How much are you? Oh my gosh. Do you see the total repaid here? $1,077,793. How much did you borrow? 450,000? So what does that mean your total interest paid is going to be? 627,793. Seems stressful, but I want to go over here on the right. Do you see down here where it says total interest paid as a percentage of principal? 139.510%. Wait a minute, I thought we got a 7% annual interest rate, but total interest 139.510%. That's 139, almost 140%. And the bank would probably go ahead and make that 140, right? So you got to think about what you're doing, people. You got to think. So when we're talking about doing chunks onto a line of credit, all right? I'm sorry, from a line of credit onto your mortgage principal. So look at what's happening here with payment number one. And remember, your payments are $2,993.86 a month, right? How much of that is actually going towards that $450,000 that you borrowed? $368.86. How much of your payments going towards interest only? $2,625. Holy moly. So out of a $2,993 payment, $2,625 of that is going to interest only. Ouch. So let's look at that over a 12-month period. If you go down to month 12, you're going to see that you've actually paid in total principal $4,571.12. Wait a minute. Haven't you been paying $29.93.86? Let's do the addition. $29.93.86 times 12. That's $35,926.32. So you're telling me after 12 months of making $35,926.32 in payments, you only have paid off $4,571.12 of your home? That balance? Well, what happened to the other $31,355.20 that you paid? It all flew away into the air and went bye-bye. Can you go back in there and say, "Hey, I paid you a total of $35,000 this year, but can I go ahead and get 20,000 of that back right now?" What are they going to say? I don't think so. So what happens if you make these chunks onto your principal payments or on your principal amounts of your loans? What happens? Well, let's look at this just a second. Because if you look up here, after your first payment, your principal balance is $449,631.14. That's because only $368.86 actually applied towards that $450,000 balance, right? So let's imagine that you take a $10,000 chunk from a line of credit, like I teach in every video, and you chunk it onto the principal amount of your loan. What happens?